Common Ford F-Series problems from a mechanic. The Ford F-Series. Since 1977, it's been the best-selling truck in America. It's the backbone of the construction site, the weekend warrior's best friend, and let's be honest, it's the vehicle most of you probably have in your driveway right now. Today, we aren't just doing a surface-level review. We are going deep. I've gone through my own shop logs, technical service bulletins, or TSBs, and years of recall data to give you the absolute truth about what goes wrong with these trucks. Whether you're looking to buy a used 10th gen, you're dealing with a modern 14th gen, or you're wondering why your Super Duty is shaking your teeth out at 70 miles per hour, this is the ultimate guide to Ford F-Series problems. The 5.4 and 4.6 liter V8 headaches. Let's start with the era that every mechanic knows by heart, the 1997 to 2010 models. These featured the 2-valve and 3-valve Triton engines. If you own one of these, you've likely either had a major repair or you're living on borrowed time. Here are the 3 horsemen of the Triton apocalypse. 1. The spark plug ejection, 2-valve engines. On the older 2-valve engines, pre-2004, Ford didn't put enough threads in the cylinder heads. Imagine you're driving down the highway and bang! It sounds like a gunshot. That's your spark plug blowing right out of the head, taking the ignition coil with it. As a mechanic, I see people try to shade tree this with a cheap tap and die. Don't do it. You need a specialized thread insert kit like a time cert or lock and stitch. If you don't do it right, it'll blow again, and then you're looking at a $3,000 cylinder head replacement. The 2-piece spark plug disaster, 3-valve engines. Then Ford fixed it in 2004 by going to a 3-valve design with a 2-piece spark plug. The problem? Carbon builds up around the long electrode, and when you go to change them, the plug snaps in half, leaving the bottom half stuck deep in the head. Pro tip, if you're doing this at home, you must have the Lyle 65600 extraction tool. Without it, you're toast. We always use nickel anti-seize on the new 1-piece replacements to make sure the next guy doesn't suffer. Cam phasers and the diesel tick. If your 5.4L sounds like a diesel tractor at idle, it's your cam phasers. These are part of the variable valve timing, or VVT system. They fail because of low oil pressure or sludge. The oil passages in these engines are tiny, about the size of a pinhead. If you miss even one oil change, sludge builds up, the phasers lose lubrication, and they start rattling. Eventually, the timing chain guides shatter, and that plastic debris clogs the oil pickup tube. That's game over for the engine. If you hear the tick, get it checked before it becomes a clock. EcoBoost Revolution. Twin turbos? Twice the trouble? In 2011, Ford changed the game with the 3.5-liter EcoBoost. V8 power with V6 fuel economy. Well, that was the promise. But turbocharging a heavy truck brings its own set of mechanical quirks. Carbon buildup. Direct injection problems. The first-gen EcoBoosts, 2011 through 2016, used direct injection only. In a normal engine, fuel washes over the intake valves, keeping them clean. With direct injection, fuel goes straight into the cylinder. This means oil vapors bake onto the intake valves, creating a thick carbon crust. Symptoms include rough idle, loss of power, and poor MPG. The fix? Manual walnut blasting or specialized cleaners. Ford fixed this in the second gen, 2017 Plus, by adding port injection alongside direct injection. If you're buying used, go 2017 or newer if you can. Intercooler condensation, the EcoBoost shudder. Early EcoBoost owners in humid climates noticed that if they went to pass someone on the highway, the truck would suddenly lose power and shake violently. This was due to condensation building up inside the intercooler. When you hit the gas, the engine would suck in a big gulp of water instead of air. Ford issued several TSBs for deflectors and shield kits, but it's still something to watch for in the 2011 through 2014 models. Exhaust manifold warping. Because turbos get incredibly hot, the exhaust manifolds on the 3.5-liter EcoBoost tend to warp. You'll hear a high-pitched chirping or whistling sound when the engine is cold. The studs that hold the manifold on often snap off because of the heat cycles. Replacing these is a labor of love, and by that I mean it's a miserable job that requires drilling out broken studs in a very tight space. General body and electrical issues. Across all years, there are a few things that just seem to be Ford things. Let's do a lightning round. Rusted cab corners and rocker panels. On the steel-bodied trucks, pre-2015, the third brake light seal fails. Water leaks into the cab, sits in the rockers, and rots them from the inside out. Check those seals. Panoramic sunroof leaks, brakes. If your F-150 has the big glass roof, keep those tracks greased. The plastic tracks are notorious for snapping. If you hear a pop when you open it, get ready for a $2,000 bill. Fuel pump driver module. On the 2004 to 2008 models, this module is mounted on the frame rail over the spare tire. It's made of aluminum and sits against a steel frame. Galvanic corrosion eats through it. Water gets in and the truck won't start. It's a $60 part and a 10-minute fix. Keep a spare in your glove box. The mechanic's buying advice. So, after all that, is the Ford F-Series a bad truck? Absolutely not. Every vehicle has its flaws. The reason we see so many F-Series problems is because there are millions of them on the road. If you're looking to buy one, here is my mechanic's cheat sheet. The best values. 2015 to 2017 F-150 with the 5.0-liter Coyote V8. You get the aluminum body, no rust, and a very reliable, naturally aspirated V8. It's the Goldilocks truck. 2018 Plus F-150 with the 2.7-liter EcoBoost. Surprisingly, the little EcoBoost has been remarkably reliable. It's a CGI, compacted graphite iron, block, very stout and great for daily driving. What to avoid. 2004 to 2006 F-150 with the 5.4-liter 3V. Unless you have service records showing the timing job and spark plugs have been done, walk away. Early 6.0-liter or 6.4-liter Power Stroke diesels. Unless you want to become a full-time mechanic yourself, stay clear. The 6.7-liter is the only modern Ford diesel I recommend. Maintenance is everything. If you take one thing away from this video, let it be this. Forget the 10,000-mile oil change interval. I don't care what the manual says. Turbocharged engines and VVT systems need clean oil. Change your oil every 5,000 miles with a high-quality synthetic and an OEM Motorcraft filter. It's the cheapest insurance policy you can buy for your truck. The F-Series is a tool. And like any tool, if you use it hard, it's going to need maintenance. Now you know exactly what to look for, what sounds to listen for, and how to stay ahead of the most common failures. If you've got a Ford story, maybe your 5.4-liter has 300,000 miles on it, or maybe your 10-speed transmission is giving you fits, drop a comment below. I want to hear from you. And if you found this deep dive helpful, hit that subscribe button. We're going to be tearing down more engines and exposing more factory secrets soon. I'm the mechanic. Keep your oil clean, your tires aired up, and I'll see you in the next one.